Let me know if you can hear me. Hello, hello. Awesome. That way, at least you could hear me. And yeah, I'm fine with that. Here we go. If you hear crunching, it's just me eating. Damn. I'm like destroying it.
In my heart and mind, I always return to Atlantic Island Park.
Where's Mr. Bear?
I haven't seen Mr. Bear, Callum. Stay in the car. We'll go and ask information.
Attention, patrons. The park is now closed. Please make your way to the car park at your earliest convenience. Employees, prepare the park for shutdown.
Callum was born the day this place opened. This is his favorite place in the world.
Atlantic Island Park. A tribute to the untamed hearts of Solomon's Island and the people who used their talents to bring their dreams of Nathaniel Winter to life. May this park be the place where joy and laughter are gathered and used to inflict all those who would follow after. Dedicated to this first day of May 1977, James B. Longley. QQQ.
What?
Hey, Lorraine. Lorraine. Don't blame yourself, Lorraine. People lose things all the time. Take a deep breath and think about the last place you saw your son's teddy bear. Hey, stop! I think your boy just ran into the park. I'll unlock the gates for you.
There you go.
Callum, I told you to wait in the car.
Over here!
Welcome to Atlantic Island Park. When I first came to visit Solomon's Island, I fell deep in love with the nature's beauty. In its scenic place, and I created many of my best memories here. I wanted to create a place that captures an essence of Solomon's Island, a place where family would bring their children to create memories of their own. I invite you to explore this park that we have created, from the Ferris wheel which revivals the local lighthouse for the best views of all of the area, to the sideshow alleys where we have many facilities, games, and objects from the local area to explore. Enjoy, Nathaniel Winter. Chad the Chipmunk recommends. For the little ones, try the Tunnel of Tales for the gentle, family-friendly retelling of timeless fairy tales. If the sound is a little too slow, grab an adult and jump on the bumper carts, full throttle fun for everyone. For teens, pump your adrenaline by going through the spine cycle of the Octotron, then defy the laws of gravity with our award-winning roller coaster. We finish it off in the House of Horrors. But be warned, it might scare all the fun out of you. For the big ones, take a romantic spin in a Ferris wheel with your significant other, and take the natural beauty of the Solomon's Island. Follow it with a stroll through the exotic sights and wild games of the sideshow alleys. There truly is something for everyone at Atlantic Island Park. Once you have left the Atlantic Park, there is so much to do here on Solomon Island. Present the barbecue or this brochure to our local businesses partners to save big money. Places to eat: Sunshine Deli. Whether a light snack or something more suitable, the Sunshine Deli. Deli can find a way to satisfy your canvas. 55, goddamn, in number. Susie's Diner, the laid-back diner of the hearts of the King's Mouth. Susie's is a place to go meet your friendly locals and sample her famous canned prunips. Log Trap, place to sleep, and then Jack and Wendy's Bed and Breakfast. Anyways, that's just telling you what's around this area. This is an island, apparently. Like, it's an island where there's like a village on it, and it has this theme park.
There's something special about
He's
the
up
entrance
there.
to an amusement park. A line drawn between the real world and the world of whimsy within. On this side, the apathy of our everyday lives. And on the other, anything we might dare to dream. It's no wonder Callum ran back inside. I wouldn't want to leave either.
Attention employees, the park is now closed. Have a safe journey home.
Oh God. The park. What happened here? It's easy to get lost here.
You can't catch me.
Little boy, I will smack you. Come over here.
think this belongs to Callum. Chad the Chipmunk, huh? Just a drunk guy in a suit.
Chad Chipmunk, worse in class. Chad can't even seem to pass. Chad gets angry, likes to fight. Chad is beaten every night. Chad will have a dead-end job. Chad will die a useless slob. Damn. What?
I wonder what this is.
Purchased the island on Solomon's Island for patients of added were their old Archies. Henderson did not the locals just the mention of his name, the people, the slamming doors and locking shutters from the moment I arrived on the island. My lawyers are arranged everything in advance, but the shit. Well, this note is just saying that somebody owned it, and he's finally purchasing it, and like how dirty he got it. Oh, I remember this.
Wait for Mommy! Callum, stay where you are!
Come on, Mommy.
This thing trips me out. I forgot about this. Alright, Gabby. This part's gonna trip.
Near a great forest, there lived a poor woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children, a boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. "What will become of us?" the woodcutter asked his wife one night. "I tell you what, husband, we will take the children into the thickest part of the forest tomorrow and abandon them there." "No, my wife, I cannot do that," said the man. "Then we will all 4 starve, you fool." Hansel and Gretel overheard their parents talking, and Gretel began to weep. "Do not fret, Gretel," Hansel said. He crept out of the hut and gathered white stones from the ground to fill his
You
pockets.
see that?
The next morning, the woodcutter leads the children into the forest. Before they leave, their mother gives them a slice of bread and warns them that they will get no more food that day. Clever Hansel leaves a trail of white stones behind them as they pass into the woods. When their father leaves them, the children wait a while, then follow the trail back to their parents' house. After receiving a thorough scolding from their parents
we're
for
just gonna
getting
skip
lost
that?
in the woods, the children are sent to bed without any supper. Hansel tried to sneak out and collect more white stones, but found that the door was locked. "Tomorrow I will take them into the woods myself," the wife told the woodcutter. In the morning, their mother gave them a slice of bread and led them deep into the forest once again. Hansel broke his bread into pieces and left a trail of breadcrumbs to lead them safely home. But hungry-eyed birds snatched up the breadcrumbs and his trail was destroyed. Abandoned by their parents and unable to find the trail home, the children wandered in the forest for 3 days. The children stumbled into a clearing with an exceedingly strange house. Its walls were made of gingerbread, and its windows were panes of clear sugar. Hansel, desperately hungry, ran forward and began to nibble on the walls. "Nibble, nibble, little mouse. Who is nibbling at my house?" An old woman emerged from the house, sniffing the air and peering around with cloudy eyes. "Oh, you dear children, who brought you here? Just come in and stay with me. No harm will come to you." But Hansel and Gretel stayed back, for the old woman reminded them of their cruel mother. "Come, children, don't be afraid. I have something for you." The old woman offered them 2 enormous lollipops. The children took them and began to eat. "You see, nothing to fear here. Come inside," the old woman urged, and the children, still licking their sweets, followed. Once inside the house, the old woman changed. She stuffed Hansel into a cage and put Gretel to work, sweeping and cleaning her hut. "Your brother will make a good mouthful," the old witch told Gretel. "Once he is fattened up, I shall feast upon him." Time passed, and poor Hansel refused to eat, fearing the day that the witch would eat him. The witch, for her part, grew impatient. "Today I will cook and eat your brother, Gretel. Climb inside and light the oven." But Gretel pretended not to understand. "I do not know how. Where is the opening?" "Fool!" the old witch said. "The opening is here." And she moved to show Gretel. Seizing her courage, brave Gretel gave the witch a shove, and the old crone tumbled forward into the oven. Gretel slid a large iron bolt over the door to the oven. Gretel freed her brother Hansel, and together they lit a fire beneath the oven. And though she screamed and begged, the children sat by the oven until her screams had stilled, and the witch was cooked. And then, because even children can't survive on sweets, they divided up the body of the old witch and ate her.
Callum, where did you go? Callum, stay where you are.
This way, Mommy.
Hansel and Gretel. I used to read it to Callum when the electricity was shut off. Those poor children. The whole world against them. The forest, the birds, the old witch, even their own parents. I used to imagine that Callum and I were the kids in that story. Not mother and son, but brother and sister, hand in hand against the unkind world. We were always hungry, looking for our own house made of candy, looking for the sweetness that could take the pain away. Hunger leads people to desperate, terrible places where the tree branches reach like claws. Another accident. This place.
Despite the constant interruptions to work, Atlantic Island Park will be opening on time. The governor is booked to cut the ribbon, and so the only real question is whether we will have any customers. I'm not really worried the customers will come out of simply curiosity. I deduce what is needed from the banded writings of the Archie Hendersons. It's astonishing to think that the resonance of positive emotions can use the fuel such as possess the Hendersons themselves choose to be negative, and they cause some of the taint that still linger in the place. I will not make his mistake very soon. I will know if this has all been for nothing. Well, you could say it was, I guess. Okay. That stupid pilot. Swear to God. You're hearing a sweeping. Fucking Chad. Weird noises.
This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy. The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
Okay. Eyewitness report. Atlantic Island Park incident. Officer on duty. Sheriff F. Bannerman. Witness name. Creed Normal. And then her signature, stamp, and statement. We were waiting for our turn on the ride, Frank, me, and the boys. This fellow in the chipmunk suit is making an ice carving while people took photographs. Lawrence wanted to go over to him, but I've always been wary of those suits. They give me the creeps. It's silly, I know. Anyways, the chipmunk man, he was craving carving a and picking away at the ice. And at first we thought that he was making some animals, like a tiger or a lion, but as more and more ice fell, when when you first looked, more you looked at it, the more you saw that there was something not quite right about the proportions, something unnatural that made your heart begin to beat just a little bit faster, like you were prey, and that thing is in the ice was the hunter. But then these teenagers walked up to one of them, made a face at the carving, and said something rude to the guy in the chipmunk suit, and then, well, he went berserk. For a moment, it was chaos. Everyone was running away from the guy. He had one of the teenagers on the ground, and he stabbed and stabbed and stabbing with the ice pick, and blood was spraying, and people were screaming, and Frank and I had the kids, and we were dragging them away as fast as we could, and the last thing I saw before Frank dragged me away was the eyeball of one of those poor little kids had landed on the ice sculpture, making the horrible creature look more or less alive. Yay? This chipmunk is crazy. Hey, nobody's here.
I can't get on while it's moving. I can't get on while it's moving.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, I remember this.
Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it? We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought.
I thought working in the park for a summer would be a lot fun, but in the end of the season, here really drags. There aren't that many tourists around, and most of the staff spent their days standing around gossiping, and most of the gossip is about Chad. I mean, Steve. See, even I am starting to call him Chad, and I went to school with the guy. Isn't that goddamn, it's that goddamn suit. In the beginning, it was a laugh. Steve, the local lush, as Chad the Chipmunk. Child-friendly mascot as at Atlantic Island Park. Lock up your daughters and all that. But the more he wears that suit, the wearer Steve is getting. Weirder Steve is getting. Oh, so this nigga's getting weird. I can't believe this nigga got my name. At first, it was little things like refusing to change out of the suit at work, or taking it home with him every day. But then I saw him at Susie's Diner still wearing it, and it wasn't even a work day. Some of the staffs complained discreetly to park managers about the smell, and I saw him walking and talking with Mr. Winter, the owner, one day. But nothing seems to have changed. The suit still smells like a carcass whenever Steve walks by, and apparently Steve has picked up some new skills since the last time I saw him. Puking up in a gutter outside the Cyclone station because he was sure as hell that he can carve a mean ice sculpture. Those shapes he makes in the ice, though, they give me the creeps. Steve came by the booth today. Lucky me. And he just hung around for a while. I couldn't really tell because of the suit, but it seemed like he was just staring at me, sizing me up, eye fucking me. Whatever he was doing, I asked him what he wanted, and he just stood there, not saying anything. Eventually, I called my supervisor, and I came by Chad. Steve wandered off. My supervisor told me to put everything in writing. So here it is. Also, I quit. I don't want to see that chipmunk suit ever again. Laura Hensman. That's crazy. So basically, this dude named Steve, he got the job, and he was so fascinated by the damn suit that, he decided never to take it off. Can you believe that shit? Yeah. That motherfucker started getting creepier and creepier the longer he started wearing it, and he was supposed to make these sculptures, but he kept making weird signs, just weird. And he never takes off the suit, doesn't even washes it himself. It smells like ass. Yes.
Callum!
Little bastard. Oh, the fucking bumper cars.
Come out, sweetie. Constant crashes and 80s music. I guess it floats someone's boat.
So, where's the gym? I heard that. I guess I go to the one that has the light on? Employee's name, Francis Dufrance. Time and date of accident or incident. The 25th of October 1976. Job title and department. Laborers, workers on the crane. Supervisor, lead person, Richard Stapleton. Witness, Lawrence Creed, creepy ass music, and Michael Edgeworth. Brief description of the accident or incident. During the transport of the bumper cars into the area, one of the straps attaching the load of the truck came untied, causing a cascade of bumpers cars onto Francis, who was standing directly directing the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the cars. Describe any injuries caused. Francis was killed. Did the injured employee see a doctor? Yes. If yes, did you file an employer portion of the workers' compensation form? Yes. Shit. Alright. Supervisor comment. Dexter, the truck driver, claims that he has been someone on the back of the load, undoing the straps. Nobody else reporting seeing that. The sheriff was requesting that Dexter provide them with urine samples. Well, we can guess who might have killed him. I have two guesses. What could have been done to prevent this incident? Double checking the straps after transit should be mandatory. And drug screenings for all drivers. Have the unsafe condition been corrected? No. And then signed by the employer, dated 26th of October, and then additional comments and notes. The local laborers are very superstitious, and this hasn't helped. Some of them are refusing to return to the work until we have someone from the local church walk to the park and exorcise the bad spirits. Oh shit. The fuck? This lady need to get it together. You're freaking out, lady. You're spasming.
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, yes, Sheriff.
Lady, I don't want to tell you about your personality, but you're kind of crazy. Pretty crazy. Okay, we'll go there. Continually delaying the incompetence of the builders. The problem is that they are locals, so they believe a lot of the rumors about what Old Man Henderson used to have here. They grew up on those tales. Every time a bolt came loose or a wrench goes missing, those fools in crossing are crossing themselves against the black magic. Of course, that's why I chose this site over all the other potentials. Solomon's Island and the nexus of dark energies. And the thought of all that power just dissipating beneath the earth here, it makes my skin cramp. I called in a few favors back in Brooklyn and got someone at the local academy to see if they had many interesting books about local history. Turns out they do, and it turns out that the Old Man Henderson has some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn crowd. Perhaps something he wrote will help me find the piece of the plans that I'm missing. Nothing crazy.
Callum? Callum!
Fuck. Is there a baby? Nobody.
People come into your life for a reason. Dad used to say that before Mom ran off. After that, he mostly just drank. Things were different for Don and I. When we met, I was sweeping the floor at Susie's diner. He came in with some workers, but he didn't try to flirt or cop a feel like the others. He just ordered a coffee and sat there, watching me. When my shift was over, he offered to walk me home. I don't know how to describe that walk. We talked and laughed and eventually kissed. It felt like love. It felt like a fairy tale. I can't tell you if Callum was made that night or one of the ones that followed. But I think it has to be that night. That one perfect night. Dawn and I moved in together, but then, well, he died. According to the supervisor, his safety harness failed when he was working on the top of the Ferris wheel. Dawn was there one moment, and then gone. Sometimes people leave your life for no reason. I was 3 months pregnant with Callum. Fairy tale fucking over.
Callum, where did you go? Stay where you are!
Okay. I went there.
Where are you? Callum!
Yeah, just looking there. Oh. Hi there, creepy doll. I forgot about that. Creepy doll. I don't know where all that came from, but okay. Yeah,
A
this is
lot
gonna
of
be the
people
last
idolize their
part.
children. You hear them talking about their kids and just the way they talk, their fucking voices make me want to vomit. My angel likes to read, and little Johnny is so good on the piano. Fuck those people! You give up 9 months of your life carrying them, you traumatize yourself giving birth to them, and then you spend the rest of your life as their slave. Wiping asses, mopping a piss, feeding them. Little life-sucking monsters who take and take and take until... we all go insane.
Any parent who pretends otherwise is just dishonest. That's called choice supportive bias. I am honest. Callum really grinds my gears, and he owes me everything. Everything! It'd serve the little fuck right if I just abandoned him.
Jesus, lady. You're still your child. I think, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it here. Right? Thank you guys for watching. Or you especially, Gabby. Thank you for watching. I hope we could continue this a little later. Or some other time. Until next time. Guardian out. No. Can't even use that. That's IGN. That's trademarked all over there. So let's just do this. I'm out.